Hello. LoveFest has landed. We're finally live. I'm so excited. So excited to be with you. I cannot wait to see who's going to join me here live tonight. Oh my goodness. I've been waiting. I was about to say weeks for this to begin. Truthfully, months. But it was only a few weeks ago that I decided it's time to finally, once and for all, launch LoveFest. And I cannot believe that it's finally here. Hello, as you're joining. I'm so excited to see who's here with me. So, as you join, please can you say hi? Hey, yay, Lindy. Yay. Oh, yes, Helen's in Cyprus. Oh my gosh, how's the weather, darling? Are you loving it? Yeah? Kate, hello, darling. So good to have you. Oh my God, my heart's racing. I've been really waiting for this day to come. Now, Facebook user. So if you don't give StreamYard permission to use your name, you're going to come up as Facebook user. And if that all feels a bit too complicated right now, that's fine. But if you do comment tonight and you're coming up as Facebook user for me, just sign off with your name so I know who I'm talking to. That would be great. Who's here, Ruth? Hello, honey. Joe, hello. Good to have you. Helen's loving the sun. That's awesome. Hi, Rachel. Good to have you. Lisa Marie. Hello, honey. Good to have you too. Camilla. Hello. Sophie, this is so exciting. I am a little sun-kissed. Thank you for noticing, Soph. Yeah, I'm loving this weather. We're having a great time, aren't we? Kendra, yes, I can see you. Hello, darling. Deborah's here. Hello. Hello. Kate, hello. Yay. Now, for some reason, some of you are still coming up as Facebook user. It's going to happen. And I'm just going to, we're going to flow with it. We'll figure it out. If you're on my actual Facebook profile, as we're friends, it should come up. But if you're not on my Facebook profile and maybe you're watching this on YouTube or LinkedIn or somewhere else, that can be part of the problem. It's Patsy there. Hello there. Nice to see you, darling. Who else is here? I'm invisible. Hey, Laura. Don't worry, you're not invisible. Gina's here. Hello, darling. Oh my goodness, this is so fun. So if you are, obviously, if you're here live, please say hi. I love to know who's watching. If you're on the replay, please type in hashtag, that's me doing hashtag replay, because I really do check and I like to keep an eye on who's watching. Okay. Let me just go over to my phone real quick because I know there's people who are still requesting to be my friend on Facebook. I think I've got everyone now. Okay. All right, darlings. Here we are. We've got another hashtag live. Hello. Lindsay's here. Oh, I missed you. There you go. Hi, Lindsay. Lovely to have you back. Okie dokie. So LoveFest has landed. We officially start tomorrow and we run until Wednesday. So it's only 3 days. There's really no excuses to take part, right? It's 3 days of your life. And it's only probably, if you really go for it and invest proper time and energy into what I have for you this week, a couple of hours a day would be amazing. Amazing. Totally life-changing. Hi, Emma. How you doing? Well, I hope it will be life-changing. That's the plan. Let's see. All right, let me cross my legs and get comfy. So if you aren't yet registered for LoveFest, if you're just scrolling Facebook and you're like, what is this woman talking about? What is this LoveFest? Sounds very exciting, but I don't know it. You need to register. And I'm going to chuck the link in the comments right now. So there it is. So there is the link to register for LoveFest. Now, I'm streaming everything about LoveFest here on my Facebook profile, and it will also at the same time be going out on YouTube, LinkedIn, and various Facebook groups. But for you to actually really get proper value from LoveFest and to get the daily playbook, the workbooks that I send out to people who are registered, you've got to be registered. If you're just scrolling and you watch it as and when, you're not going to get the juice out of this. And I have created 3 very beautiful beautifully designed and packed with incredible content into these playbooks, and you won't get them if you don't register. And there's other stuff that you're going to get if you register. So just register. It's free, no biggie. And you just end up on my mailing list. And if you decide you don't want to be on my mailing list anymore, you can unsubscribe. Easy peasy. Hi, Lucy. Good to have you. Shall I try and pronounce your surname? Papademetrio. Papademetrio. I like that. Is that Greek? What is that? What nationality is that? I have a special place in my heart for Greece. Alrighty, so tonight, quickly, because it's Sunday night and you've all got families and whatnot to get back to, I am sure. I am going to just talk you through the daily schedule of LoveFest, what we will be doing each day. Yasu Lusimu. I love that. Oh, yes. What we're going to be doing each day. I've got my notes here so I don't forget anything. I'm going to share what my intention is for LoveFest. I'm going to want to hear what your intention is for LoveFest. And I'm just going to do a little bit of chat just to introduce a little of me and some themes that have come up for me while I've been pulling this together. There's a theme that came through that I felt very profoundly, and it aligns with some very big life experiences I've been having in the last 4 or 5 weeks in particular. And I'm going to share a little bit of that with you. It's a little personal share, and I'll do that more towards the end. I just want to get out first the details of LoveFest, the information that you need. Layla's here too. Hello, darling. Or did I already say hi to you, Layla? I might have. Sorry. If you don't already know me, by the way, I'm Katie Phillips. I founded the School of Self-Love it's got to be 11, 12 years ago now. I wrote this book, The Self-Love Affair, A Woman's Guide to a Daring and Mighty Life. If you don't have it, you might like to grab it. It's available on Amazon, free delivery with Amazon. I am a master transformational coach. I specialize in the area of personal actualization, self-love, dating and relationships. A lot of you have probably come to know me because of my Meet Your Soulmate 5-day challenge. I'm helping midlife single women to call in their person, their soulmate. And I've been doing this work a long, long time now. I've worked with, I don't know how many women in the last decade or longer than a decade, hundreds personally, connected with online, have communities of women, thousands. And we do beautiful, beautiful work together. And I'm completely, utterly motivated to support a woman. I do work with guys sometimes too, by the way. This is relevant to everybody, but I do tend to focus and market to women. My real passion is helping a woman to move from fear to love, from fear to love. That's kind of, in a nutshell, that's what we're doing. And that's what we're going to be doing here at LoveFest this week. So the schedule, basically, if you're registered, oh, Rachel's joined. Hi, darling. Good to have you. So the schedule, if you are registered, and don't forget, if you're not registered, you've got to get registered. There's the link. I just popped it in again. At 6 o'clock every morning, you will receive an email from me. You don't have to be up at 6, but it will come into your inbox at 6 with a link to the daily playbook. Now, what I would love for you to do is answer the questions in the daily playbook before you start your workday, or maybe schedule a lunch break that will allow you 30 minutes to go through and answer the questions. Because what's going to come through for you by answering those questions will inform you as to what support you need from me on the live that night. Because I want the lives in the evenings, which are 8 o'clock, to be interactive, and I want to be answering your questions. So if you were to do the playbook every day before the 8 p.m. live, questions are going to come up for you, and you can bring them to the live each evening. And I will do my best to answer as many as possible, because I won't just be answering questions each evening. I will be teaching and talking and sharing. And I do channel information, and whatever is meant to come through will come through. And hand on heart, I don't know exactly what that's going to be yet. So we will see what comes through. Your questions tend to prompt what's going to come through. So it means that what I end up teaching and delivering is really on point for you, because it's what you need, not what I think you need. So the more you're interacting with me on those lives in the evenings, the better, the more I can really support you and tailor what I'm sharing to you. Okay. So 6 o'clock every morning, that playbook link will be emailed to you. You're going to be answering the questions in the playbook each day. As the questions that you have for the live that night come up for you, there will be a place in my Facebook page on my personal profile. So it's all on my personal profile. If you're not my Facebook friend yet, you've got to become my Facebook friend so you can comment. I'll put an Ask Me Anything post on my profile at 10 o'clock every morning. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. an Ask Me Anything post will go up, and you can start asking your questions underneath that post. And I will check out those questions in advance of the live at 8 p.m. that night. So every night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 p.m. UK time, I will go live right here on my Facebook profile, teaching, sharing, answering your questions. Okay. Rebecca's here. Hello. Yeah, fear to love. That's the aim of the game, baby. So 6 a.m. playbook link, 10 a.m. the daily Ask Me Anything post will go out. 8 p.m. I'll go live. I'll be live probably for about 90 minutes, hour and a half. Let's see. Depends how many questions you guys bring. And then if you're registered, there is also a catch-up page. I'll be sending you out the link to that. So if you have to miss a session, if you can't find the link to today's playbook, if you miss one of the lives one evening, everything will be on the catch-up page, but you need to be registered to get access to the catch-up page. Okay. So every day, Monday, we're going to start tomorrow. Let me just take a look at my notes. All right. So we've got a theme each day. Monday's theme is know yourself. Tuesday's theme is love yourself. And Wednesday's theme is create yourself. And I don't want to give too much away right now. Suffice to say, and as advertised, on Monday, the theme of know yourself it's all around discovering that what you don't own owns you. And I'm going to teach you a very powerful framework for healing your past to build self-worth, which of course is completely crucial for you to be able to have a healthy relationship. Now, as I say that, I'm realizing it's probably important to share that LoveFest is for you if you are single. It's also for you if you're in a relationship. So it actually doesn't matter about your relationship status. But the one thing you've all got in common, whether you're in a relationship or not, is that you desire to have a more healthy relationship, a more connected relationship, a more fulfilling relationship. If you're single, that's the kind of relationship you're looking to call in, right? Out of interest, actually, who here is single? Who here is in a relationship? Can you just type in the comments, single or relationship? I'd be very interested to just get a feel for who I'm talking to. Hattie's here. Hello, darling. Good to have you back. Oh, what have we got here? Sounds amazing. Yes, it is amazing. All right, what do we got? We got oh, wow. Gosh, you guys are interactive. I'm loving it. Single, 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 single. Oh, we got lots of singles ready to mingle. Aha. Camilla, first one in a relationship. Yay. Single. Another relationship, single, 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 single. Okay, interesting. So my marketing for the last 2 years has been working. That's why there's lots of people who are single here. Relationship. Hey, Jenny, good to have you. Single. Relationship. Awesome. Jenny, I do believe when we worked together, you weren't single. You were single. See how these things change. Okay, guys. So essentially, most of you are single, but whether you're single or in a relationship, what I will be sharing with you is fundamental, because this is about you being the woman you need to be able to have the kind of relationship you desire to have. And that's never too late if you're in a relationship. It's never too late. Okay. And if you're single, this is about becoming the vibrational match for who you want to call in. But what we're going to be doing here is very, very foundational work to that. So for those of you, and I'm recognizing a bunch of names. So a lot of you have done my 5-day Meet Your Soulmate challenge. And what we're doing here is actually, this is the reason I was really passionate about pulling this LoveFest together. It's almost like what we're doing here are the foundational steps before what I even teach you at the Meet Your Soulmate challenge. This is fundamental foundational stuff that we're going to be doing over the next 3 days. Okay. So if you've been doing this work for a long time, transformational work, healing work, personal growth work, if you've been on this path for a long time, please know that I'm really passionate about really reconnecting you with the basics, because those fundamentals never change. And every time you up level, you have to tap back into those basics, to those fundamentals of moving your energy from a fearful place to a love-based place. So yeah, I really feel like that's important to share as well. If you've done a lot of personal growth work, as I have, tons, invested thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds, many tens of thousands of pounds, many tens of thousands of hours have I invested in my personal growth work. And then whenever life throws me a curveball or there's a challenge or I'm being invited to up level in some way, I have to come back to the fundamental basics. And we're going to be tapping into a lot of that this week. Okay. So as I mentioned, day 1 tomorrow is all around know yourself. What you don't own owns you. Day 2, love yourself. You're going to be discovering what is specifically sabotaging your relationships. And I'm going to teach you a healing strategy that's key to your self-confidence and a powerful relationship. Sound good? Day 3, create yourself. You're going to discover where your energy is out of alignment. This is good. Such a juicy day, day 3, where your energy is out of alignment, and you're going to learn how to achieve a magnetic flow state to build self-trust and an empowered relationship. We all want to be in an empowered relationship, don't we? Yeah. So, intentions for the next few days. I'm going to share mine. I would like to know yours. So can you please type in the comments? And don't forget, if you're here on replay, just type #replay. And if you're here on replay, you can still type in and answer my questions, because I am going to be looking and watching. What do you want from this week? I'll probably ask you this question again tomorrow night. But I am really interested to know, because it will actually help me prepare and plan for tomorrow night. So what do you think that you're here for? Why on earth did you sign up to LoveFest? What was it about this that had you think, you know what, I'm going to give up some of my precious time? Because your time's precious and I really value that. And it's real honor that you would actually share your time with me. So thank you. Why? What have you come here for? What are you looking for? What are you maybe searching for? What do you know has to heal? What are you ready to heal? What's your pain points that you're looking to move beyond? I would really, really love to hear. And thank you for being brave and sharing. That's awesome. I would like to find out who I am and why I find it difficult to show love. Well, who was that? Can you quickly type your name so I know who just wrote that? You are so in the right place. And honestly, it feels like yesterday that it would have been me writing that. Actually, just before I went live, I spent some time here. I was connecting with my soul family, passed on loved ones. I was connecting with my angels. I was just connecting with my spiritual self. Ashley, thank you for sharing that, darling. Anyone else, please to be sharing why you're here. And I looked up, and I'm not going to try and get it down because I'll have Buddhas and things falling everywhere. But I have up there a painting that I did, and it's a big red love heart. And inside it, it's a vow to myself, which I wrote. How old's my son? He's about to turn 15. 12 years ago. Yeah, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, and I did something called the Hoffman Process, and it was I was at this point in my life where I was if there's a bottom lower than rock bottom, I was there. If there's a bottom, like, a couple of levels lower than rock bottom, I was there, and I absolutely did not have a sense of self. I I had no idea who I was. I knew how to show up in the world. I knew how to do a really good job. I was a good girl, good corporate girl, worked hard, lived a good life. Uh, from the outside looking in, looked like I had a fairly extraordinary life. But my daily experience was anxiety and worry. I mean, worry since I was a little girl. And I just knew that there was this disconnect inside me. There was like the person I was showing up as, smiling and keeping up appearances, and there was the person that I felt inside, and no one else knew who that person was inside. And I didn't even realize that there was anything out of alignment with that person inside, because I just kind of thought that's how it was for me. I thought, well, my experience of the world is worry and anxiety and an inability to connect really healthily with other people. And it was, I mean, I had friends and, colleagues, and I'm a pretty nice person. Like, I can get on with people. I had friendships and so on. I always had boyfriends, but I couldn't, there was always a lot of drama in my relationships, all of them. And I couldn't connect with the men in my life in the way that I wanted to be able to connect with them. I found it really difficult to fully open my heart. I would actually say that before my mum died, so my mum took her own life when I was 22. Before that, the way I connected with the men in my life, the boyfriends I had before then, was actually pretty healthy. Although I was very young. After mum died, something really shut down inside me, and something there was wounding within me that was activated. It was always there, but it was really activated when my mum died, so tragically and suddenly and shockingly. And it really kind of highlighted a lot of my own abandonment issues and so on. I'm sure I'll talk more about that over the next couple of days. Um, But then it meant that the relationships I had and the men in my life, there was so much drama, and I because I couldn't connect the way I wanted to connect. I could not speak my truth the way I wanted to be able to speak my truth. I couldn't I just there was always a wall somehow between me and them, and it was so painful, and I felt like I had this black hole inside of me that I couldn't feel. It's like there was this woman that showed up in the world, but there was this other woman behind the scenes that no one knew. And I felt like I was in like an emotional survival mode all the time, all the time. And yeah, that inability to connect with the men in my life in the way that I wanted to connect felt very painful. Very painful. I felt like there was something really fundamentally wrong with me. I was not emotionally masterful in a relationship. It was really dysfunctional. And it wasn't just me, it was, I was the vibrational match for guys that weren't emotionally masterful and who were also dysfunctional in relationship. And there was codependency issues, there was addiction issues, there was all sorts of things. And between the two of us, it was a nightmare. Uh, so I Yeah, that was a really tough time in my life, and when I realized it was time to really get to know myself and to really understand why I couldn't have healthy relationships, that's when I went and did the Hoffman Process, and I looked at that piece of artwork just before I came live and remembered where I was at that point in my life, and it was a very painful point. But it was also a moment of time, where I dug deep and discovered huge courage that I genuinely did not know that I possessed. So much courage. And I really had to dig into my courage to begin to do the transformational work, to begin to do the healing that I did back then. And now when I'm being invited to up level in anything, I have to call in that courage and really dig deep. And this is what I want for you. Like, you're here because you want to have a healthier relationship, and you don't get to have a healthier relationship or to call in a healthy relationship until you have that kind of relationship with yourself first. And I just want to honor you right now for the courage that it's taken you even just to register for LoveFest and to show up here now. It's immense. I totally know what it takes. And I'm going to read your intentions in a second. But I guess what this is leading me into saying is my biggest intention for you this week. It might not be what you think. And I was walking the dog this morning and this came to me. I was like really feeling into it. I'm like, what is my intention for this week? Like, what do I want for these women? What do I want you to experience? Actually, I want to really, really disrupt your lives this week. I really want to disrupt your lives. I want to poke at your pain with so much love, but I want to help you tap into what it is in your life that you're dissatisfied with. I want to, looking at my notes here, I want you to get ready to get uncomfortable. I want to disrupt your comfort zone. Because it's not serving you. That comfort zone is not serving you. And every single one of you, when I read your comments in a second, every single one of you is in a state of discomfort in some area of your life. Doesn't matter how much personal growth work you've done. I bet there's a bunch of coaches here. We've all done lots of work, right? There's lots of my clients here. We've all you've all done lots of work. There's more, apparently. Otherwise, you wouldn't have signed up to this. And there's always more. And what I really want for you is to get friendly with the feeling of dissatisfaction. Get excited about the feeling of dissatisfaction. Like, when your pain is prodded, I want you to get excited, because you know that when you really give your attention to what that pain is, on the other side is the life that you really want. On the other side of the prodding of that pain and the courage it takes you to look at that pain and to work with it and move through it, on the other side of it is the relationship you're looking to have. And bigger and better than that, on the other side of it is a relationship with yourself that you are going to be so freaking proud of. And that relationship with yourself will get you through every curveball life sends your way. It will. And you'll find yourself in a beautiful relationship, but you'll still get relationship curveballs sent your way, right? Still going to happen. When you've got when you're tapped in and connected to the foundational transformational processes that I'm expert at teaching and holding women, guiding women through, when you're tapped into that, when the shit hits the fan in your relationship, or when the shit hits the fan in your life in some way, you have your own back. And that's what I want for you. I don't want you to ignore your pain. Because like I said, on the other side of it, when you dare to look at it, on the other side is everything that you want to call in. Everything. So the way I'm designing this week, the playbooks, is very different. If you've done my 5-day Meet Your Soulmate challenge, this is going to be very, very different, because that I do take you through actual processes in that 5-day challenge. This week, it's less about that. I'm going to tell you, I will guide you to how you can do some work with me later. I'm just going to be really honest. I will be inviting you to invest in something that I think you're going to really love. That's a new creation, and I love it. And I think you will too. But whether it's me or somebody else, or however you take this work forward, what I'm going to be sharing with you this week is the foundational stuff. And it begins with awareness, and it begins with prodding the pain. So the playbooks, the workbooks I'm sending you every day for the next 3 days will be asking you questions, very, very specific questions. They're going to help you really tap into, why do you think and feel the way you do? Why are you experiencing relationships the way you are? What is it about your life that absolutely has to change? Like, I want you to get really dialed in to who you really are and what's really going on for you and what absolutely has to change. And that's what we're going to be really focused on the next few days. And it takes courage. So I'm really excited for you. Yay. I want to just, there's so many comments. Do you mind if I just have a quick look at these comments? Because they will help me to share with you as well. Sarah's saying self-love and acceptance as age and in menopause. Great. You're in the right place for that. Ruth, I'm here because I know that doing your work will always help me in some way in moving forward on my journey. Yes, Ruth, next level. It's all about constantly up leveling, isn't it? Sophie, to familiarize myself with the tools that can maintain my confidence and self-belief when curveballs come my way. Yes. Amen. Yes. So Sophie and Ruth, previous clients of mine, you're going to hear a lot over the next few days you've heard before. You're also going to hear some new stuff, I'm sure, and you'll hear it in different ways. And that's the beauty of transformational work. As you evolve and grow, you're going to start to hear things differently. You'll hear what you're ready for. You'll hear it in a different way because you're ready for it. You'll get that nugget and it'll just drop in. You might get one nugget in the next few days and it'll be worth it, right? Joe, to open to a new relationship without fear of vulnerability. I'm with you, darling. Beautiful. Lindsay, to feel truly enough. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, we'll be moving in that direction for sure, Lindsay. Rachel, removing my blinders on fear-based patterns and reconnecting with my creative and flowy self. Oh my God, it's like you wrote the program. Yes, you're in the right place. Oh, so I should be showing these comments, shouldn't I? Then you can read them with me. There we go. Emma is saying to go deeper into healing me so I can be a better person for me. Yes, but also in relationships, as I haven't found that one yet. I love how you wrote yet. Absolutely. Claudia says it's easy for me to spend my life working harder and it's an excuse for me to find a connection. I need help and this feels right. Awesome. Yes, you are in the right place for that. And we will look at that pattern of behavior of working harder as an excuse. I'm sure that will be coming up this week and you will not be alone. Jenny, I loved all the work we did together and it enabled me to find a beautiful relationship with the man I was struggling to fully connect with at the time. Yay. But my lack of self-belief, self-worth still sabotages so many aspects of my relationship. Yeah, because you do the work and then when you're in the relationship, new levels of healing that's required are going to come up because it does, because we need a relationship to mirror back to us where our next sort of personal growth piece is. Yeah, I want to feel peaceful and trusting in my relationship and stop feeling so fearful so much of the time. All right, my love, you're in the right place as well. And it's always about continuing to do the work. You know, we think, oh, I've done that, I don't need to do that again. Apparently you do. Right? Said with love. And I'm going to share something in a minute to out myself as well and just to keep it real and be human with you girls. Hi, Kim. Good to have you back. Find areas I may need to heal in order to attract the right man into my life and be open to love. Good. Yes. Great to have you. Deborah, I feel I may be a bit of an imposter. I'm happily married, but wanted to be sure I'm being the best version of myself. You are not an imposter. That's the words of an empowered woman right there. Amen. And isn't he lucky that he is with a woman that wants to continue to be the best version of herself? Yes. I love that. I love that so much. Susan, to learn to connect with me, to attract my soulmate, as would like to feel more whole. Yes, I really relate to that. And that was the feeling like I'm doing, I don't know if you can, I'm like doing this. I felt like I had this sort of ever expanding black hole inside of me that I could never fulfill. And you always use that whole, I don't want to go into the teachings for the week, but you know, it's that searching outside of yourself constantly to fill the void. And what is important that you learn how to do is to resource yourself inwardly without having to go externally to feel complete, to feel safe, to feel valuable. Yeah, you're in the right place, Susan. Hey, Rachel. I resonated with your story. It's why I'm drawn to you, inspired to be part of this beautiful orbit of empowered women. Oh, an orbit of empowered women. Yes. I love that. Hi, Rachel. To really take the time using these 3 days as jumping off point to drop a little love bomb into everything I know to be true. Yes. Beautiful. I love that. Hi, Helen. Good to have you back as well. For me to love myself deeper, accept myself regardless of how I am when I show up, loving the flaws more and letting go of further perfectionism. Yes, always. It's a daily thing. I hear you, honey. Nida, hello, darling. Oh, yes, it's an ongoing process, but very rewarding. It's like really, truly revealing. Yeah, takes courage though, right? Takes courage. Hi, Karen. I need to learn to love myself and build up my self-confidence and face my fears and insecurities as I find it difficult to trust due to being hurt in the past and need to learn to give and receive love and know that I'm worthy. Darling, you are so in the right place. Every single day this week is going to support you. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Huge courage. Hi, Kendra. Good to have you back too. How to remove huge expectation and the need for perfection in a relationship and instead surrender, accept and enjoy. Yes, love that intention. Hey, Camilla. I felt I needed something to inspire me and get me back on track to me as I've been drifting and felt lost in life, the busyness of life, the hamster wheel. Something needs to change and I'm trying to work out what my next step should be. Then I saw you announce this, similar to how it happened with your soulmate challenge, divine timing. You're welcome, honey. Yeah, well, look, you and I, neither of us know what this is about for you exactly, but apparently it's going to reveal itself. Yeah, so let's see. It was brought to you for a reason, right? I always trust that. By the way, did I say I'm going to pull one of my cards at the end of this today? So stick around for a card reading. I will be doing that. Lisa Marie, hiya. Mine's to love myself more. Perfect. Always the right place with me to love yourself more and attract men that I won't abandon myself to be with. Very brave. Thank you for sharing. Yes, yes, yes. Emma Louise, hello. My intention is to find those final blocks to love I know I've developed, but there is always more. Yes, yes, there is always more. And we know when it's time to dig a little and discover what that is, don't we? So my intentions for you, yes, I want you to get uncomfortable. That's my first intention this week. And my second intention for you is to really take you back to basics, as I did touch on this earlier. I want you to tap into the basics, to the foundational, transformational work, because whenever life throws you a curveball, that is what you have to tap back into. So it's all about moving from a place of fear into a place of love. We will talk a lot more about that tomorrow night. Yes. Okie dokie. So I wanted to share something. And we're going to just have to, let me have a sip of my chamomile. And I just want to tap into myself for a moment so that I can share what I want to share next. Laura is saying, my intention is to fully step into my true self and accept who that is. Honey, you're in the absolute right place. Thank you for sharing. Okay, just give me a minute because I want to share something with you and I want it to come really, truly from my heart. Yeah. And I can feel the emotion come up as I do that. Just give me a moment. Okay. Yeah, feeling it. I'm feeling it. Anyone else feeling it? Type in I'm feeling it if you're with me. Because we're going to do something profound is going to happen this week. Okay. We're working with energy. And when we're choosing love. We're choosing love this week. We're choosing to move beyond fear. And we all know fear so deeply. And we're choosing to expand. We're choosing to not close our hearts anymore. We're choosing to open our hearts. We're choosing to be more available to ourselves. That takes so much courage. And we're choosing to be more available to others so that we can love and be loved more. Yeah. So we're feeling it. Yeah. Yeah. We're feeling it. Yeah. Good. Good. I'm glad you're with me. So when I decided to pull LoveFest together, I have a business coach and he's like, so, Katie, this is what you do when he's kind of, I can't remember the exact conversation, but it was, you need to work out what your clients want, what do they need and how are you going to deliver them that? I'm like, yeah, of course. Sure. And for him, it was almost like, and I think he even said, you need to get a whiteboard and write down what they need and how you can help them and how are you going to deliver that? I'm like, yeah. But I'm not really a whiteboard person. I'm a feeler. I'm deeply empathic. I'm highly intuitive. It's my empathy and intuition are really, really, really honed because of my work. And I can't deliver a training. I can't deliver anything without going through a process of feeling what needs to come through. And so my brain knows I wrote a book, like I can take teachings and deliver them. But the way I have come to know that I work most powerfully is through allowing myself to feel what has to come through, to feel what you need, what's going to be most helpful for you. And in the process of doing that, I'm taken on a journey. So I am invited to, my energy right now is really vibrating. I am invited to go even deeper into the practices that I know I want to share with you. So I have to put on my big girl pants. If I'm going to launch something new in my business or talk about something new, deliver something new, I have to put on my big girl pants. And I have to really open my heart and be willing. I have to summon my courage and be willing to go even deeper into the work. And so that's what I've been doing the last couple of months. And I really believe in and trust in divine timing. And there's been some massive life events that have happened in the last couple of months that have aligned with, the timing has aligned exactly with me pulling together LoveFest and delivering it to you from tomorrow. And everything that's been happening has been highlighting to me the absolute importance of being able to move from fear to love every moment of every day. What it takes to have a really healthy relationship with yourself and what it takes to have a really healthy relationship with somebody else. So it's got to be about 2 months ago. Yep. My son's dad was hospitalized. And it was terrifying because we were told, this is it. He's not going to survive this. And actually, although my son and I went and we had our final visit with him in hospital about a week after that news, he turned a corner and seemed to be improving until he had a stroke and died about 4 weeks ago. And the last 4 weeks, we've been moving through all the things you can imagine. We had the funeral last week. And this was a man that I love so much. And he was probably my greatest teacher. And what led him to his health situation and what had him ultimately die very prematurely. He's only 50, was it 53 or 54? I've lost track. What was largely behind that? Thank you, darling. Thank you. What was largely it's taking a lot of courage for me, by the way, right now to share with you. So if you want to make some comments and just send me some love, I'm available to receive it. Thank you. What was I saying? Yes. So what brought him to that point in his life to have his health so deteriorate and for him to leave this planet so, so prematurely and leave behind 4 children. My son, who turns 15 next week. Thank you. Was essentially, it was caused by, let me tap into this. It was from fear. It was fear. It was conditioned patterns of behavior, childhood programming, childhood wounding, wounding from past relationships, so much pain that went right back to, I would say, the day he was born. Pain that wasn't addressed, pain that wasn't healed, pain that wasn't acknowledged, that built and built and built and built. Pain that went back to his teenage years. I remember stories he would tell me. And it's behavioral habits that occur because of conditioning and programming and an alignment with fear-based thinking and a scarcity mindset. It meant that he went down a path that he couldn't return from, that resulted in addiction that he couldn't recover from. And it's so sad. And it's a very extreme example. His life and what he experienced in the last 2 years, the yo-yo and the roller coaster of what he and his family, we all have experienced, has been horrendous. So much pain. In a way, it's a relief that it's over for him, but it's so, so sad. And I, hand on heart, believe it could have been avoided had he been equipped with the transformational tools and processes that I now teach. And I would not be teaching if I had not had the relationship I had with him. My relationship with him ended 3 months before we were due to be married. We never actually were married, but we had a 2-year-old together. And our son came from so much love. And had I not had the relationship with him that I had, that was, there was a lot of drama. Both of us, and I played a huge role in this too, by the way. So both of us had learned codependent patterns of behavior. Both of us were not emotionally masterful. We had never been taught how to acknowledge our feelings and healthily express them, to be able to communicate them, to be able to move through them. We just learned, we knew. I was an expert as much as he was. Like, I grew up with an alcoholic father. I learned how to numb my pain. I didn't learn how to acknowledge and move through it and heal, and neither had he. And so we had these fear-based behavioral habits, the fear-based thinking that ruined our relationship. If we'd both known better, our relationship would have been beautiful and survived, and my son would have his parents living happily and healthily together. It wasn't meant to be. Now I can see the gift of love in that. I understand his role on a soul level, what he came here to do, his role in this lifetime to instigate a lot of pain, but a lot of healing in other people. Healing for those that are available to move into the healing. And I know I wouldn't be doing the work I am doing now if it wasn't for my relationship with him. So actually, I just want to say thank you to him right now. Yeah. I'm just going to take a breath. Thank you for your beautiful comments. Yeah. Thank you, darlings. Yeah. Thank you. So it's really, in my face occurred to me the last few weeks how important this work is. With my mom's suicide, same thing. Her death was early. She was 49. Tragic, shocking. And it was because she was she was drowning in fear. Her conditioning, her past trauma, her pain, her unresolved trauma and pain moved her to a place in her life that she couldn't see a way forward. I don't want that for one more person on this planet. So it's really, really, thank you, Claudia. Yes, it is the most important work. It is the most important work. And so I have experience of two very, very important people in my life dying before they turned 50. Well, no, actually, Ian was a little bit older. He was 53, 54. But, dying too freaking early. And I can see so clearly how their non-existent relationship with themselves, their lack of self-love, and their inability, and it's no blame, it's no one's fault, it's no one's fault, their inability to be able to have their own back and not have to look outside them for something to make them feel better is why they ended up where they did. And those two experiences have been so painful for me in my life. So painful. And yet both of them have brought me to doing this incredible work. So I'm very grateful to my mum right now, and I'm very grateful to my son's dad. And I can look at my relationship with my husband now, really very beautiful, very, very beautiful marriage that we have. And it's not always perfect. We don't have drama, so that's nice, because historically I had an addiction to drama, and all of my relationships were full of drama, and it caused me so much pain. I actually used to feel more lonely when I was in those relationships than the 8 years that I was single parenting. And I was completely single. I felt more alone in the relationships than when I was single and alone. So I have a very healthy marriage now, and I absolutely put that down to the transformational work I've done and the transformational work I now teach and coach. And I'm human and he's human, and we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we are here to evolve and grow. Like, I know that I got the mom I got the father of my child that I got. I know that we found each other very specifically. We were meant to come together for pain to come up, for challenge to come up. It was what our souls chose. We chose it. He chose it, she chose it, we chose it on a soul level so that we could come to know and love ourselves more because of the pain. I've now also come to know that you don't have to evolve and grow just through pain, that it is possible to evolve and grow through love. And I have that with my husband. We have a very solid, happy, healthy marriage. He's amazing with my son. I'm so, so grateful for the family I have, the family I've inherited because of him. We spent a few days with his parents over Easter in Norfolk, and it's beautiful. And he has 2 children, and they're very important to me and to my son. So we're very lucky. We've created a beautiful, modern, blended family. And I am, and he is, we all are, souls having a human experience. So he is always reflecting back to me what I have to evolve next. And there's always something. And while we were on the beach in Norfolk last week, and I was walking and just sort of tapping in and opening my heart to receive and really connecting with nature and recovering from the funeral, actually, and just really being there for myself and with myself, I realized that because I've been quite disconnected from my husband the last few weeks with all that's been going on. It's been a very confusing time. It's been hard for him to watch me grieve as much as I've been grieving, and I've really been grieving uh, over an ex. It's hard for him to watch, but what a man, what an empowered man that he's been able to hold space for me to do that. Absolutely incredible. And again, I put that down to the work I've done, being able to call in that vibrational match. It's incredible and very powerful. And he's been holding space for me the last few weeks. And I've been very distant, and my old stuff has come up, and my conditioning is, and my behavioral habit because of my conditioning is to, when I'm going through tough times, to shut down, to put up a wall, to retreat, to isolate myself, to push away. I can't, there's something within me that thinks that I can't handle intimacy. I can't handle the vulnerability. I can't open my heart because it hurts so much. And I went there in the last few weeks, and I was reflecting on how I'd done that. Now, first of all, I just want to highlight, I was able to reflect on how I had been doing that. And I'm not wrong for doing that. It's not bad that I did that. I'm not a bad person. I'm not shit at relationships. I'm not a bad wife. I'm human who struggles sometimes, but I could see it. And this is what I want for you guys over the next few days. This is the sort of thing that I really want to hone in for you. Excuse me. It's notice when you're shutting off. Notice when your heart's closed. Notice when you're behaving in a way that's just not your truth. It's ego, or it's a protective mechanism. It's not love. It's coming from fear. Fear, false evidence appearing real. It's not true. So it's noticing, like developing that masterful ability to notice when you're not in alignment, when you're not being the real you. When I shut off and push away with my husband, it's because I'm out of alignment with love. I'm not aligned with the truth of me. I'm actually reacting to past pain. So in realizing that, I can course correct. And I've been having, and actually this last couple of days, of course, the timing, of course, divine timing, the past 2 days, my husband and I have had some really very precious, special time together, which we've not been able to have for several weeks because of everything that's been going on. And we were able to reconnect and have some really powerful conversations, real heart-opening conversations, full vulnerability, lots of crying from me, to share, like, I've shut down. I closed my heart. I isolated myself. I've been in pain. I'm sorry. This is why. Here's what I need. Let's reconnect. The ability to vulnerably then be able to communicate how I feel and why. And in the background, before even communicating that, beginning to do my work, helping myself, healing myself, opening my heart, so that I can relate to the person I love from a place of love. Because if I don't identify what's having me in fear, what's blocking me from love, if I don't know how to move through that and work with that, he is only getting a conditioned version of me. He's getting there's a layer between me and him. He can't get to me. He can't connect with me. He's not getting real Katie. And when he gets real Katie, she's utterly imperfect. She's messy, but she's real. And he loves that. And vice versa. Like when he's in his stuff, he's got his stuff. He's got his conditioning and his programming and his past pain, and it will come up sometimes. And when it does, and he's in his whatever his behavior is, the self-protection or whatever, the projection, whatever his stuff is, I'm not getting real James. I'm not getting my husband. I'm getting a version of him. I'm getting a conditioned version, an ego version, a fear-based version. And the only way he can connect with me is to drop that and choose to do the work to heal that and move through that, to be able to communicate with me the journey that he's on so we can support each other. So this is the work. Like, this is what I want to be doing with you guys this week, is really help you to, and how's this landing for you? You're watching and listening, and I would love some comments. Like, is this landing for you? How are you feeling as I say this? What's coming up for you? Because this is what we learn. So many learn to live with. We take it that it's normal to exist from a fearful place, from a conditioned place. But it's not our fault that we do that. We do it because we don't know any other way. No one showed us. And this is what I want you to get really, really skillful at, is starting to notice, oh, that's not really me. And you know how horrible that feels, don't you? You know how it feels when you're behaving in a way it's not really you, but you don't know how to do it differently. My work is to teach you strategies and ways of doing it differently, learning a different way of doing life, being love so that you can receive love, vibrating love so that you're a magnet for love, that you're calling in love. And this is in every area of your life. So I've been, really feeling into this. There's been so much going on. And I'm looking at life decisions that we have to make. You're probably making, like, decisions around, we're looking at school choices at the minute. I made some notes. Oh, where are we going to live? When can we retire? Like, all these big life questions. These have been conversations for us the last few weeks. And it's really interesting to notice when conditioned behaviors or conditioned beliefs come up and say, you can't have that. You can't do that. You retire at 65. You have to live here. If you don't live there, what are they going to think? If you make that choice, what are they going to think? I can't go to that school. I can't afford that. Blah, blah, blah. All the noise in the chat. And it's like, okay, hold on. What else could be true? What am I thinking right now? How am I making decisions right now that are based on some really sabotaging conditioning that I receive when I was 7 years old, or some absolute total freaking lie that I bought into on a societal level, on a religious level, on a family level, generational level? Like, what am I buying into that's not actually true for me, that's not aligned with me? And really get freaking ninja at noticing when you do that and choosing differently. It's all linked, right? It's all linked. Kat has had a light bulb moment. I love it already. See, job done. You can go home now. I'm going to wrap up in a second, by the way. I was hoping to finish by 7, so we'll wrap up any second now. Rebecca says, I can totally relate to so much of what you're saying. This fear to love journey is so important, and I'm starting to notice, but always more layers to unpeel and avoid transformational amnesia. Yes. So transformational amnesia is a word, a phrase that I coined some time ago. Rebecca knows it because she's in the Love Lounge and has been a client of mine. Transformational amnesia is when you've done tons of work, but we wake up every day and it feels like we've forgotten everything that we know. We feel like we're taken 10 steps backwards, but actually we haven't. We just have to tune back in and remember the truth of who we are. And being in spaces like this helps you to avoid transformational amnesia. The Love Lounge, that's my membership where Rebecca is. That's the whole point of it, is to avoid transformational amnesia, to keep moving through the transformational processes, continue to heal, continue to up level, because as a soul having a human experience, that's what we're being invited to do minute by minute, hour by hour, every single day. We're always being invited to up level. And that's what I want you to get ninja at noticing. I'm being invited into an up level right now. Life isn't happening to me, it's happening for me right now. I have a choice in how I want to think. I have a choice in how I feel. I get to choose my life. I get to question my thinking and noticing, is it out of alignment? Is it fear-based, or is it aligned? Is it love-based? If it's out of alignment, what else could be true? What would love say? It's like really getting ninja at living like that. I call it living consciously. Hattie, thank you for sharing. As a COA, this is the place I'm currently operating in, from fear and want to work through it. As a COA, I don't know what that means. What does that mean, COA? Affirmations every day. They definitely help with transformational amnesia. Yes, you are right, Yvonne. Absolutely. So, my darlings, I think I want to wrap up there. How have you enjoyed this quick live tonight? Can you let me know? Write one word. Write a word. How do you feel? That's all I want to hear. How do you feel? As we wrap up for the evening, how do you feel? And if you're watching and you're like, I definitely want to be in on this LoveFest, and I definitely want to get the playbooks every day, but I haven't registered, you're going to have to register. So here's the link. Boom. There it is. Lisa Marie just asked what transformational amnesia is. I just explained what it is, honey. Did you go make a cup of tea? Did you miss that bit? You have to watch the replay. Emma Louise is feeling ready, empowered. Kate's inspired. Love it, love it. Not alone. So excited. Yay, Claudia. I'm so glad you're excited. Rachel's excited as well. Yay. Kat is enlightened. I love that. Kim's inspired. Joe. Ooh, where are we? Oh, why is that? Oh, I think this is moving so fast I can't click in. Joe's ready. Yay. Rebecca, reawaken to the possibilities, right? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Feeling really positive. That's awesome, Emma. Yvonne, healing in all levels. Thank you for your words of inspiration. Awesome, Yvonne. I'm so glad. You're very welcome. Let's see what else comes through this week. Yeah, you need to watch again. Did you go make a cup of tea? Sarah is feeling inspired and hopeful. Yay. Lucy is ready. Ruth's ready. Helen is curious. I like curious. Oh, Hattie, thank you. I'd never heard of it written like that before. COA. Isn't that interesting? I never heard that. Yes. Well, my son and I are both children of alcoholics. And right there is how generational conditioning and programming replays and replays until we cut the cord. I'm cutting the cord. I've cut the cord. My son is discovering his job, his role in cutting the cord too. And this is what we all are being invited to do on anything that is fear-based. Cut the cord, draw a line under it, choose love. Boom. All right, my darlings. Oh, I was going to read a card. Oh, I know I was going to finish. Okay, I'm going to do a quick card reading. Hold on. And then I promise I'll finish. Okay. Give me 5 minutes, quick card reading, and then I will let you get to your Sunday night meals. Okay, hold on, let me just tap in here. Okay, what do we need to hear tonight? By the way, these are my Wild Kuan Yin Oracle cards by Alana Fairchild, fellow Sydney girl. I'm from Sydney, by the way, originally. I don't know if you can hear my accent anymore. Okay. All right. Oh, I didn't get my glasses. Blessings of the Kata bestowed. See that nicely? All right, quick reading, and then I will definitely let you get on with your Sunday evenings. Number 34. Okie dokie. Okay, bear with me because I haven't got my glasses on. Oh, wow. Okay. In your heart, a desire for union grows, an impulse to move deeper into love's embrace. I mean, you couldn't make it up. As you open your heart, I'm able to gift you with my healing balm and blessing. It's never too late for love. It's never too late for joy. It's never too late for connection. As my blessing As my blessing vests in your heart, a path will open up for you, leading you into love's expansive landscape. You are worthy of such blessing and shall be safe in the joy of its embrace. I mean, these cards blow me away. In the Tibetan tradition, the white silk scarf known as the kata is a positive symbol that augurs new relationships with blessings for good fortune. It's a symbol of devotion and is also a visual reminder of divine blessing granted for a successful transition into a new chapter of your life, in whatever way that manifests, including through a new or deepened relationship. Shit me, that's exactly what we're doing here. In a new or deepened relationship. This oracle is a sign of good intention and goodwill, of divine presence in new relationships, and is an auspicious gift for new beginnings. These blessings are very special and are given to you now from the Divine Mother. Nurture your anticipation of that goodness in your life with joy in your heart. If you feel that something is over or that something new needs to begin, this oracle brings reassurance that all situations in your life are held in the hand of the divine and are being attended to according to grace. Pray for what is rightfully yours and then let go with absolute trust that you are being cared for by the Divine Mother in all her power, tenderness, and grace. So the greeting is, Emma Louise is saying, card made me tear up. You are never too old for love. You are never, ever. Okay. Oh my goodness. I mean, all the cards have such different readings. Listen to this. Relationship healing will be given now, and you are guided to let go of your attachment to the outcome. This may be the healing of past pain in romantic or other types of relationship, and the support for you to find courage to open to love again in a new way. If you're going through any significant transition in your life, the oracle brings you blessing for a successful outcome. It's an acknowledgement that this change is part of your divine journey and is meant to be. This transition will be watched over by the Divine Mother, and she has given her special blessing that you shall be assisted in many ways through her grace. If you've not been feeling excited, positive, or happy within yourself for a time, it's time for that to change. Open your heart and mind to new possibilities and allow yourself to feel optimistic about your future, for there is much blessing headed your way. Well, thank you. Thank you, universe, for that message. How beautiful. All right, my darlings, and on that bombshell, I'm going to say good night on that love bomb, I should even say. I love you so much. Here's to an amazing 3 days together. Please remember, you will get out of this what you put into it. Please interact with me as much as possible. Yes, Emma, freaking awesome, right? Like, could not make this stuff up. Interact with me as much as possible on the lives. If you can't get to the lives, that because we're in a Facebook space, it will just be there. It will stay there. But if you want easy access to all the lives, plus the playbooks and all the things, all the juicy things, you've got to be registered for LoveFest. Let me just chuck the link in again. So if you're registered at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, you will receive an email with a link to tomorrow's playbook. Work your way through those questions. Bring your courage, bring your heart and soul, bring an open mind. Please trust me. I love you, and I only have the best intentions at heart for you. And I will see you at 8 o'clock tomorrow night on that live. Okay, bring your questions. I'll see you then. Love you so much, and thank you for joining me tonight. It's been wonderful to be with you. You can catch the replays, Kim. No trouble at all. Yes, you're all so welcome. Good night. Love you lots. Sleep well.